Welcome to the introduction video to introduce the Activate Your Multidimensional Intelligence course. This course is the foundation course of our Multidimensional Master Training. My name is Nusra Shahin. I am the instructor and also facilitator, and I am the author of the book Multidimensional Consciousness and the New Earth. In my book and also in my education, in the education courses, I share only from my experience or the directly received guidance through experience. And I'm sharing on the topic of multidimensional consciousness and to help empower people because I believe it is quite an important time we are in to remember that we are multidimensional beings and to bring out that potential to be a part of the creation of the new earth. So I believe this topic I find this topic very relevant to creating a new earth. Let's talk about what is multidimensional intelligence in this video lesson. Our topic will be just to look at the general terms and to allow you to have a taste of it. So what is multidimensional intelligence and how are we planning to activate it? This is a good question. These are good questions, and I will do my best. But it is important and big topic, so we have a whole lesson about it. I will just go brief here. Not like that, and not like that either, but they are looking quite multidimensional at the same time. So we are talking about what is the multidimensional consciousness studies for. What is it for? First, let's start with this one to bring these concepts together, build up step by step. Our education system is designed with the acknowledgement that you are a multidimensional being. A human being is a multidimensional being. Multidimensional being is a being that is like laid in layers, like as a structure, and aware of its presence, her presence. So we are a multidimensional being, and we are disconnected from this authentic nature. We are disconnected from our soul lineage. We talk about this, but now I think we are all awakening that we feel like we have a soul mission on earth. At least most of, we associate with the words light workers, star seeds, earth angels. We are more and more people becoming aware of their mission on earth and feeling the desire to unleash their unique design. We sense that bringing this unique design is part of our spiritual journey, our consciousness evolution. Also, it is important for the creation towards creating a new earth. The school as a system brings the insights, practices, tools to support you on your multidimensional evolution. We also bring the multidimensional consciousness field as a field of intelligence to empower you to connect with the higher dimensional layers of consciousness that is within you. That is a statement, and now I will talk about multidimensional consciousness field. What is it? And I've mentioned this field in the book as well as my own field. It is multidimensional consciousness field we are using in our studies creates a supportive field. I think we are resonating with this kind of concepts more these days. And also these studies are also aiming to looking at the students, practitioners as gatekeepers to a mission, gatekeepers, a unique design, holding unique design, and they like a mastery as a field coming out and manifesting on earth. So multidimensional consciousness field is a supportive field we use in our studies. The primary connection in the multidimensional consciousness studies is the one we build with our soul lineage. In our soul lineage, I'll talk about soul, oversoul, source-self connections. In that connection, you will find the support, the intelligence embedded in your soul lineage, meaning that your soul's mission is a shared mission in this lineage. This is also covered widely in the book. So your mission is your mission on multiple layers, and maybe all layers, infinite layers. I don't know how would make it so generic, but your soul's mission is shared mission in this lineage. When you are on your task, on your mission, when you are bringing out this design, this is the most efficient way of walking the authentic path, opening the path and receiving unlimited support from your oversoul. This means communication within you, collaboration within you. So we talk about these aspects a lot in our studies. By work, you will learn how to work together. Activating multidimensional intelligence is relevant to it, and multidimensional consciousness field that we are activating in the school studies will support you to connect with your higher dimensional consciousness layers so you can build that communication and collaboration. You will learn how to work together. By working together towards a mission, you find a chance of exploring your unique design more and integrate your higher being and aspects more. Oversoul integration is very important. Now let's look at the descriptions. Here we have a funny image, graphic. In our courses, we use several descriptions. One is multidimensional being, and then we talk about multidimensional nature, we talk about multidimensional consciousness, we talk about multidimensional intelligence, multidimensional presence, awareness. I will just use a statement to make these kind of make sense in a sentence. How we look at them, how do we use these terms? How do we use these terms? A human being is a multidimensional being, mostly disconnected from her multidimensional nature. Connection with the heart space opens up the gate of consciousness, and we can journey into higher dimensional layers of consciousness. If we activate this aspect of our being, if we activate our multidimensional nature, we can step into the realm of multidimensional consciousness and achieve a fluid and flexible sense of self. By doing so, we will experience our multidimensional presence and awareness and channel it to our human persona as intelligence. Why are we talking about multidimensional consciousness? Because Mother Earth is moving to a multidimensional state of being with us. And in our first video lesson, I talk about this as well, this extended version of this. So in this transition, it is since the beginning, I also mentioned this in the book, since the beginning, the shift doesn't come to me as 4D or 5D. It comes to me as a multi-D shift. So it was the messages I have received and guidance, and the book was all about multidimensional consciousness, meaning that it was beyond 5D. And I don't see 5D in the way, if maybe people might be talking about 5D as a multidimensional space, but not in my journey. It was after 5D anyway. So these are numbers and labels. Beyond that, we can step into that, where the dimensions merge into one and we are fluid, flexible in our sense of self, liberated with our minds and hearts, and experiencing ourselves in this multidimensional presence, awareness, and bring out our unique design, our abilities, open up our senses, in higher dimensional consciousness layers. This is very important. Why higher dimensional consciousness layers are important to us? Why do we activate the multidimensional consciousness field? To adjust you to higher dimensional layers in our practices. Because in the higher dimensional layers of consciousness, we find the best environment, best efficient circumstances for our evolution, for our self-expression of our higher potential. This is why our multidimensional consciousness practices are actually a journey or lecture into this multidimensional space. We are practicing to we are practicing. We are not just, it is not just guided meditations. We are practicing with our multidimensional presence to observe, to understand how we can actually use these abilities towards integrating ourselves, transformation. In the next slide, there is another a quote about this. One of the ascended masters who guided me in my journey summarizes the school's objectives in a clear sentence. Multidimensional masters can be trained in the higher dimensional training grounds. Yeah, that makes sense. This summarizes the purpose of the school as a system. So to help, to empower you to adjust to your higher dimensional consciousness in that training ground, you can bring out that potential, release, transform, understand, communicate, receive, and use your abilities, your senses in enhanced way, because you are aware and you bring this intelligence into your being. And the whole idea is you are integrating who you are releasing who you are not. This higher dimensional training ground for us is the garden of authenticity. This is like, I explain that further. Let's look if I have it here. I can mention a bit more, maybe here. So this is explaining the steps in our practices. How do we do our practices? Our practices, as I said, they are not meditations, they are events, they are practices, lectures, multidimensional lectures. We go, we align. Now, how do we start? We connect with our heart space, and we build connection with different aspects of our being, like soul, oversoul, our source self. Feel our heart, go deeper into connection, feel our inner heart temple, open, and then we set intention. These intentions are directions for the session, for what we want to learn, what we want to, like a topic, a theme. And then we open the gate of consciousness and then see our multidimensional structure as a pillar of light. Then we journey into higher dimensional consciousness layers within our pillar of light. As the facilitator, I will guide you and narrate the event. And this is where the multidimensional consciousness field supports us. This is how the school as a system supports us. This is, as your facilitator, how I support you. And our events always is loving, passionate, joyful, and empowering. Look at, we have a little fairy here, and she is just showing that let's go, let's go, let's go. Now I'm ready. This is like how I feel multidimensional nature. When it gets activated, it feels like, it feels like let's go. Of course, it is like a conscious movement. We have an event coming up on 31st of October. If you would like to experience a multidimensional practice, please join. This is going to be our school opening ceremony in the Garden of Authenticity. Garden of Authenticity is I like to introduce it as an offering of the Divine Mother. So it is very relevant to Guan Yin. It is very relevant to this school. We call it our school garden, and we connect there this higher dimensional space. It's not just visualization. We connect and we train there. We hold ceremonies, events, lectures in our space. This will be done, the ceremony will be in that space. We will start with gratitude and blessings. We will start with gratitude and receive blessings for our project, future students, participants, and the collective. So we start with giving, offering, and opening our space. Please join. But if you cannot join live, it is okay. You can still create an account and log back in later to watch the recording. This would be a good chance if you wish to experience what is a multidimensional practice, or how does it work, how does it feel. It is free, it is live, and all invited. I hope you enjoyed this short, brief video of lots of explanation of fundamental concepts. Please share your comments. I would love to hear how it landed. If you have any questions, please share your questions in the comments as well. Thank you.